Yo guys, what's up? It's Gaz and welcome to the Warframe video. So I'd just like to thank everyone that stopped by the Twitch stream yesterday. We had a lot of fun and got pretty much every arcane in the game to rank 5 besides the arbitration ones. So yeah, I'll probably be streaming again sometime next couple days. So if you want to check out the stream, go for it. Follow us on Twitch. But yeah, going past that, I realized I never did a video on the Kuva Nukor. I've mentioned the Kuva Nukor plenty of times in my videos, but I haven't done like actual build setup, which element you should run, or what element you could run, and things of that nature. So we're gonna go over the Kuva Nukor today. I have a 60% heat roll. I am thinking about getting a magnetic Nukor, possibly for the new Corpus update coming out, hopefully this month. They said it's gonna come out in April, but who knows with the lockdown. So yeah, we're currently running a 60% heat one. I had a 60% toxin roll before, but I actually ran into some situations where I couldn't really mod it for viral and heat like I wanted to. So I ended up going and switching it to a 60% heat roll because if you guys didn't know this, I'm sure you do know this because a lot of smart people watch this channel have noticed. You can switch the element of your Kuva weapon by taking another lich of the element that you desire to switch it to. So yeah, what we're currently running here, I'm currently running a viral heat build, and you can't take the radiation off of this thing. It has base radiation, so you're stuck with that radiation. And yeah, the thing about this Kuva Nukor is it's MR13, and it's also got a 5x crit multiplier of base. Let's look at these base stats with no mods right here. This is not going to show the elemental bonus, so the elemental bonus is actually going to be 60% additional heat. So look, really low base damage at base, but when you get a Kuva roll, up to 60% additional. So these stats are here. We have 7% crit chance, 5x crit multiplier. So if we get a crit with this thing, it's doing 5 times the damage of a normal shot. 10 fire rate, 77 magazine, no multi-shot innately, 2-second reload, and 50% status. This is one of the highest status weapons in the entire game at base. So if you look at our build with 3 dual stat elementals, we have 140% status chance. So that means with the new status changes that came out last month, we have a guaranteed at least 1 status and then 40% for an additional status on that same damage tick. So this thing loads up status really fast. And you see I'm running Pistol Gambit right here. I actually take Pistol Gambit off a lot of the time. I'll put on Magnum Force in that slot. It'll give us even more base damage because, I mean, if you look at it this way, like only 7% and we're putting on an entire mod slot for critical chance, I really don't feel like that's worth it, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to recommend that you guys run Pistol Gambit if you don't have a Riven mod or anything like that. So yeah, this is really good, and we can also run a Corrosive Heat build, which is going to strip armor really fast. This is also going to have good base damage for the Grineer. So if you're just running through like a Lich mission, I recommend you run the Corrosive Heat build. But if you're just running, if you want to like do a CO procer, this is the build I'd recommend, where you can go really high into status and get some good crits too. If you're doing endurance runs, don't worry about these crit mods. If you're doing an endurance run, you want to go like full on like utility and just go as high status as you can. You probably could even take off Hornet Strike in endurance run if you're using this thing, because this thing is really good for proc and CO. Let's quickly show on these enemies here. Let's start off at level 50 just to show how fast this thing kills normal level enemies too, because like this is the status applying build, or a status applying build. So here we go, level 50, no corrosive projection, and yeah, they're all dead. So yeah, that's level 50s. That's viral heat, not really a great element against gunners. Bump them up to level 100. They're definitely going to take a lot longer to kill now. But, you know, it's still going to get the job done. Viral heat. I guess I would recommend corrosive heat on these guys. Another fun thing about the Nukor is it actually makes the enemy's body parts become bigger. See, his shoulder is huge, and now he's dead. And also, it chains really far. This thing is ridiculous. Not to mention the condition overload proccing. This is going to give you crazy damage. Stack up that viral to 10 almost instantly. And it can actually kill these level 170s. I wouldn't recommend using it as a DPS source in 170s, but, you know. That has never stopped anyone from doing that. So, here we go. So, as you see, when the crits happen, the number is ridiculously high. Like 12,000 on that one. And, yeah, chains all the way across. Like, that's... How far is this distance? That's like an 8-meter chain distance. That's ridiculous. It also will chain through walls, but they have mentioned they kind of want to nerf that. So we'll see if that actually ends up happening or not. So, yeah, this thing is really, really strong, guys. Like I said, I think the heat roll is the best, but there's definitely some merit to having a toxin one for a DPS. But let's show the corrosive build on these guys real quick. and we'll try to keep the build uniform between these two. So we'll put the crit mod on here. Like I said, the crit chance mod I think is definitely flexible. The crit damage mod, it gets you to a 10x multiplier. Who doesn't want that? So these guys are 170. We're gonna jump into a mission here too, just so I can show how ridiculous this is an actual mission. So see, on these guys with the corrosive build, it's definitely, I'd say that's better. Pretty similar, honestly, but I'd say for DPS, it's a little bit better. So yeah, since this thing is a 5x crit multiplier at base, you can get ridiculous stuff to go off like this. So here's me with the build we just showed, and I have the Smita cat buff, which makes everything an orange crit. So yeah, they're all gone. And if you're running something like Harrow, gonna make it guaranteed red crits on headshots. That's gonna make it even more ridiculous. They're gonna die in like 4 ticks. And if you're running Avenger, like I usually run Avenger, you know you're gonna get really good yellow crit consistency. So this thing is definitely top tier, guys. I'd really recommend that you get this. And like I said, Heat Roll is what I currently am running, and I'd recommend to you. But as far as other elementals, like Toxin is second place, and then I'd say Toxin is second place, and then beyond that, like I'd just do those two personally. If you guys have a Nukor that you've been enjoying, a different element besides Toxin or Heat, let me know in the comments, because I'm making a magnetic one in the future for anti-corpus technology, because this thing has really high status chance. Talking 50% at base. That is big chungus status chance, and it ticks really fast. So if we have any problems with shields with these new guys, and we're not just going pure Toxin, which is probably the right thing to do, we'll see how a Nukor with magnetic would go. That might be me just trying to reach for new stuff to do in the game, because now they have every arcane and every Kuva weapon almost at level 60. I don't really have much to do anymore, so yeah. And as far as a ribbon for this thing, you definitely don't need a ribbon for this thing. By the way, this is a corrosive build on the Corpus. Not really recommended, but it's still shredding them. If you want a ribbon for this thing, there's a couple ways you can go about it. I'd say that doubling down on critical damage and overall damage, is just really good. Multi-shot is less powerful on beam weapons because of the way that multi-shot and beam weapons work together. I'm not going to go too in-depth on it because it's quite an annoying conversation to go over, and to be honest, I don't remember every little detail about it, but I know for a fact that plus damage is better than plus multi-shot on beam weapons. So keep one in mind. If you're trying to mod super optimally and you're going for a ribbon mod, you want damage over multi-shot. And that's why I actually do recommend that you run Magnum Force in some situations, because yeah, it gives you a good chunk. They actually buffed Magnum Force like last year, I believe it was, and Magnum Force is actually a pretty powerful corrupted mod now. And honestly, plus recoil on this thing does nothing. Minus accuracy, whatever Magnum Force is actually classified as. This thing it does not really get affected heavily by negative accuracy, so keep that one in mind. And a rolling guard, then reacted by my Mesmer skin. Revenant is a top tier frame, guys. It is just the truth. I'd actually recommend Revenant over Inaros if you actually know what you're doing. But Inaros is good for just chilling, not really having to recast abilities or anything. Like I said in my video, I don't even use my abilities on Inaros because he's that easy to play. He's just a big old health bar. And yeah, as you can see, wrong build currently. You never want to mod for corrosive against the Corpus, but it's doing pretty good. Definitely not as good as I was hoping, because the viral build would shred these guys. They'd be instantly dead, but you know, we're in a hurry right now. I got some stuff to do today. Want to make sure I got this video out for you guys, and to show you how ridiculous. I mean, I'm pretty late to the party, to be real. This thing's been out for months, and I took my time releasing this video, that's for sure. But yeah, I definitely do recommend the Heat, because I had the Toxin roll. So it was weird. I had the Toxin roll, the 60% Toxin, and I'm like, alright, so Viral Heat sounds like it's really good right now. I'm gonna make a Viral Heat roll, and I was like trying to mod it. I'm like, wait, can you not do Viral Heat on the Toxin roll? And it turns out you can't do Viral Heat on the Toxin roll, so yeah, you're gonna definitely need a Heat roll for this thing if you want to do Viral and Heat, like I'm currently running. Or like I was running earlier. I'm running Corrosive Heat right now. You can do Corrosive Heat without a Toxin roll, but you can't do Viral Heat, I think. It's a little bit fuzzy, it's been like a couple weeks, but I do remember that being the case. It's not a very easy thing to test, because you need 2 Nukors to remember this kind of stuff. And yeah, guys, just pointing this out. Everyone's saying I'm being really negative lately. I'm just calling it how it is. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna give you like my actual opinion as a longtime player of this game, and try to give some insight on like someone that has all these things unlocked, someone that's been running these things for a while. Just trying to show you how it is. Just because you don't like the way that I say things doesn't mean it's the wrong opinion to have. And as far as there's no such thing as a wrong opinion. The fact that you don't like my opinion is your opinion. But yeah, I'm not trying to just be a salty bitch, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to try to look at it from both sides. Like, like I said, I gave Unairu a chance. I gave the other abilities on Vazarin a chance, but they're just not good. That's just a fact. So, you have to take that for what you will. You don't gotta like me. I don't gotta like you. That's how the world works. What's this even do? Ooh, we got the crit chance buff from the Smita. Alright, so here we go. Annihilation, and they're dead. Can we shoot through this wall here? Okay, this group of enemies is too juicy. Can't resist. See, there you go. That's why you get a Smita cat. A Darza cat does that too, but a Darza is just a flat 60. It's not going to give you orange crits. It's going to give you yellow crits. Where is this? Also, dude, the Propa has freaking staggers on it now. It's so annoying. Anyone that does Eidolon hunts probably hates the Propa now. Because you get knocked over, like, a lot. It's very frustrating. The Propa did not do that before at all. Random roller ball just chilling there. So yeah, guys, would I recommend this thing? I like to say this every video. Would I recommend this to you guys? I would 100% recommend it. I'd say this is the weapon. This and the Brahma are the weapons that are worth grinding Kuva Liches for. Kuva Liches are a long, arduous process. Or rather, they can be unless you get really lucky and get it on the first try. Which is like a 1 in 500 chance, I want to say. But yeah, this weapon and the Brahma. Also, like a couple of the other ones. There's a couple Kuva weapons that are definitely worth going for. And like I said, I have every Kuva weapon at 60. So, yeah, I definitely feel like this is one of the top tier ones. It's better than the Atomos easily. It's probably better than the Amprex, honestly, too. But the Amprex can run 100 munitions. Not that I do run 100 munitions on the Amprex, but yeah, this thing and the Brahma, top tier Kuva weapons. And I'd say the best base Kuva element to get is heat. Toxin is pretty good too. Like I said, second place for Toxin, and then beyond that, probably radiation. But don't get radiation on this thing, or you're doing it really wrong. Because look at that, it's got base radiation already. Unless you're trying to go full radiation for some reason, don't get radiation on this thing, guys. Trust me. And that's gonna be it for the video. I hope that you found it helpful. That's not the only way. The awesome thing about this Kuva Nukor is it's base elemental and it has really high status chance, so you can mod it so many different ways. It's like I showed you the ones that I use for killing enemies and stacking up viral, but dude, you can seriously mod this thing like 100 different ways. And they're all going to be decent at least because this thing has good base stats. So either way, going to talk to you next time. There will be another video tomorrow. I really hope they give us a new Nightwave season soon because I really like doing those old Nightwave videos, but as you've probably noticed, I've gave up on the Nightwave videos because what week are we on now? I think we're on week like 50 plus at least. So these like who's even like paying attention to these challenges? Unless you're just trying to get like a little bit of Kuva here and there. I don't think anyone's really paying attention to these challenges as much. So yeah, once we get a new Nightwave season, these videos will return where I'm doing a weekly tips and tricks for you guys. And the tips and tricks, I've definitely got some more tips and tricks in my arsenal now since the last time we did those videos. So be prepared for that. The meta has changed as well, so it should be fun. I really hope that's soon, but I'm not holding my breath because Scarlet Sphere is going until the end of April. So who even knows that we're going to get Nightwave before May. So either way, see you guys. Peace.